sorry for the late start. We were making some set adjustments. We've had some big things going on in our now 2-set garage. So we were just having to kind of get reorganized. So thanks for hanging in there. Sorry for the delay. Miss Rue, can I get one high five before we get started? Can I get one high five? High fives, come on. Oh, that was the most gentle, unenthusiastic, but sweet high five. Thank you. Why don't you go with your dad? Go see him. Go on. All right, guys, so we are going to get started. We are going to run a little bit over the end time of 11, and that is okay. We were going to do that anyways. This is definitely a longish workout. It is still under 60 minutes on the clock, but it is like 45 seconds under 60 minutes, or usually we work more in like the 50 or so minute range. So super quick, and then we're going to get right to it. So today is the last day of our Swole for September upper body challenge. Unless you're working out with me in person, then we have one more day. So today is our last day. I hope if you've been playing along with us that you've enjoyed the workout. If nothing else, just doing it one day a week, I'm not sure you would have seen any tremendous growth as far as muscles or strength, but I hope it gave you an idea of what it's like to really focus on a body part and kind of set a goal to see an improvement in one specific area versus what we generally do, which is general fitness, which isn't bad. It's a wonderful thing to make sure we stay balanced throughout our body. But it is another perspective to take a look at to say, I really want to focus on some upper body gains or lower body gains or even more specific, bicep gain. You can really focus down if you have specific goals that you're looking for. So today, our finale is going to be what always is intense, a 5-4-3-2-1 workout. These are always super intense, one, because they are long on the clock. It's, like I said, 59 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And it is intense work with not a lot of breaks. So there's a lot to this. It's also just a lot of exercises. We do 5, 4, 9, 12, 14, 15 different exercises too in the span of one cycle. So there's just a lot to this workout. So I hope you came prepared. I hope you came juiced up. I'm not going to lie, we had a late night last night, but I'm feeling really good about it. It was a good uplifting late night. So I'm ready to work. We are going to need today just your full weight selection. So a light, medium, heavy for upper body. If you have some in-betweens, you might want to consider your in-betweens too. I've got kind of everything here. I haven't grabbed any specific weights to set it out because honestly, it's so all over the place. I'm just going to kind of make those decisions as we come up on the exercises. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just super quick how that works. It's all on the clock, so there's no counting reps. We're going to work for 5 minutes. Back body exercises. There's no break. So it's 5 exercises, 5 minutes. So 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. There's no break in between. So in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s, I definitely say when you hear that click, the 3, 2, 1 countdown, go ahead and start transitioning to the next exercise. Normally I don't say that. Normally I say work to the bell, but because there's no break between these 5 exercises, it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, there's going to be some transition time, especially this first round. You don't know what's coming. You've got to grab weights. So be patient with the first round. Know that you're not going to get a full minute of exercise. It's fine. So 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll take a long break, like a minute and a half, I think. And then 4 minutes of biceps and triceps. Again, no break. 1, 2, 3, 4. No break. Then we'll take a shorter than the first break. And then we'll go for 3 minutes of shoulders. So again, 1, 2, 3 minutes straight, no break. Then we'll take another break. We're going to do 2 minutes of chest. 1, 2, no break. And then the last, we're going to do 1 minute of plank, just to kind of work everything all at once. So that's what we're doing today. So again, be patient with the timing. It's going to be wonky. There's no complicated exercises in here as far as something totally new that's going to throw you off. So don't, I kept it that way, so the transitions between the exercises wouldn't be you have to grab your weights and you have to learn a new exercise and there's no break between the exercises. I wanted to keep it as simple as I could, but just be patient. Know that you're not going to nail it and hit a full minute of exercise each time. And again, as we get to the 3, the 2, the 1, click down that you'll hear on the timer, go ahead and start transitioning to the next exercise, okay? All right, so that's really the big things. We're going to move quick. We're going to get through 3, modify as needed, add music if you need it. If you don't know how to modify, again, drop me a line. But because there's no breaks, like I won't see it till we get to the end of the 5 minutes or the 4 minutes or the 3. So it won't be to help you right away, but I'll get you at least set up for the next round if you have any questions. And then always please like, share, subscribe, participate with us on social media. Do anything you can to help get us moving. I definitely see people are like, oh, I saw your post, but they don't like or share or comment, and that's fine. I understand. I hate social media, but the more you can do that, and the more you can take that second out of your day to like a post, it definitely helps me and helps get our post out in front of more people, because I also hear a lot of people say, I follow your page or I like your page, but I never see your post, and that's just the joy of social media and how they try to get money out of us. So please do what you can to help on that effort. Also, please, speaking of money, if you can, please consider donating to this effort. It is the only payment I receive for these classes. No one sponsors, backs, or supports this effort, aside from all the lovely people who participate and, of course, who help me make all this happen. So Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Any donations are amazing and appreciated. All right, guys, so we're going to get started with our 5 minutes. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I'm a little hoarse from a lot of talking and yelling last night, so I'm going to have some water. I'm going to check the video, and then we're going to get started with our 5-minute set. Again, this is back body, so just a quick rundown: reverse fly, tabletop row, dumbbell pullovers, rear delt fly. So you're probably looking at, honestly, a pair of mediums, a pair of lights, and one heavy. So we're already kind of picking up all the weights. Yeah, you might see me have to adjust my beautiful set. Look at this flower, guys. Seriously. I mean, I don't want to stall, but gorgeous. Okay, so quick water, quick, checking the video. I'm going to go ahead and grab some reverse fly weight. We're starting with the reverse fly. And then let's see here. These is an option 2. And then rear delt fly is light. So, and then a heavy. So yeah, I'm thinking you're going to want, I'm racking up my set. I'm thinking you're going to want a pair of mediums, a pair of lights, and one heavy. It's probably the setup you're looking for. All right, guys, we're going to start in just a second. All right, perfect. So I'm going to hit start on this timer. And again, it's 5 minutes straight, no break, starting with reverse fly. Here we go. Let's work. Now, if you're just getting up and moving like me, oh, sorry, flower. You might want to go a little light, at least this first couple exercises. Just to get that body awake and moving. It's reverse fly. We've got that little bend in our elbows. We're squeezing through the back of our shoulder blades. We've got our shoulders down. Still keep punching my beautiful flower. I'm going to have to rotate them. We've got 10 seconds. I'm just going to step forward just for a sec so I don't beat the heck out of my flower. Perfect, guys. So from here, we're going to a single arm tabletop row. So we're going to be down, hands and knees. Single arm tabletop row. I definitely recommend grab another weight, support, and then we pull, we row. So if you put one weight or a yoga block or a book, something under your support hand, that's going to elevate you and allow you to get a full extension on that arm. If you don't, then see how my shoulder kind of jams up, and then my shoulder's in a funky position and I can't extend my arm fully. So give yourself a boost, and now I can pin my shoulder back going to dumbbell pull over. So probably using that same heavy weight you did for a row, or maybe even heavier. We're going to lay on our back. And drop that weight back, pull it over. So guys, if you have a bench, that's an ideal place to do this exercise. Or if you have a stability ball. I didn't get the ball out today, even though I could use it for several exercises, because again, we don't have breaks. And getting on the stability ball is a whole effort. And I didn't want to waste half of my minute trying to get on the stability ball. So I'm just going to choose to use the floor. But if you have a bench that you can just pop on and off of, then the dumbbell pullover is a great exercise for the bench. It lets you drop your arms a little further back. Perfect. So roll it over. We're going to tabletop row, but on the right side. Again, grab that support weight. Perfect. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then we pull that weight right past our ribs. Right past our ribs. So again, because I'm elevated off the floor with my support hand, I have room to keep my shoulder in a neutral position and still extend my arm, versus here, my shoulder's all jammed up, and then I have to try to lift. No good. So I'm just using a weight, and actually to get a little more elevation, I'm propped up on the weight end and not on the handle. You can see that. I'm on this end, not here, just to get a little extra space. Perfect. Last exercise, rear delt fly. That's going to be super lightweight, guys. So we bend with our super duper light weights, and we want to bend almost completely over to a 90, roll those shoulders back, and then we open. Guys, especially with this one, really work on keeping that head in neutral. Don't dip your neck down. We're already kind of treading with this exercise into a place where our neck really might try to get involved. If we do this and we accidentally do something in our neck, we're going to pull something. So really keep that neck in the right place. Just to reduce the chance of, even if you accidentally use some neck muscles, pulling or tweaking something. All right, minute break here. Catch your breath. It's a lot. Like I said, be patient. It goes fast, and it's a lot of talking and trying to keep up. It's cool. It'll be all right. So, and I'll also use our long breaks. I think I maybe have 3 minutes or something pretty long built into the end before we go back to the top. I'll kind of go back through some of the exercises that need more tips and cover those with you in that long break. So, coming up, we've got hammer curls. We've got overhead tricep extension, bicep curls, tricep kickbacks. So you're probably looking at medium weight, one heavy weight, and one light weight again. So probably in a good place with your weights. I'm setting out another selection. All right, so hammer curls. Oh crap, I still don't have the right weights. So I've now officially emptied the weight rack. So hammer curls are weights face forward, and we curl up. Now that I kind of have every weight possible that I could out, that'll help my transition time some. I'll go ahead, before we get to the end, start telling you what's coming up next. So bicep curls, we've got our elbows locked into our sides. We're just curling straight up, controlling those weights. So from here, we're going to overhead tricep. So that's either one heavy weight or two weights. We're going to hold over our head, drop the weight down, and lift up. Traditionally, most often we do it with one weight. I'm actually going to do two weights. So if you do one weight, you'll be here. You do 2 weights, same position. You're just going to hold your weights side by side. So here's why I like 2 weights. And it's good for 2 different people, which most of us fall into the categories of. One, maybe less likely if you're really broad-shouldered. I'm very broad-shouldered. So to pull my hands together over my head to hold one weight, I always just feel crunched up. Like I feel like everything's just squeezed up around my head, no matter how hard I try. Having 2 weights gives you just a little extra space. Your hands aren't stacked on top of each other, they're side by side. That gives you a little more space to broaden your shoulders out. So that's one reason. Or if you're really tight in your chest. Woo! All right. Traditional bicep curls now. So if you're really tight in your chest and pulling your elbows forward overhead like that, with that close grip, it might be really uncomfortable. The 2 weights will give you a little extra space that way too. So if you've never tried it that way, give it a shot. So again, we have our elbows locked into our sides and our elbows stay facing down. So a bicep curl is not this, where we bring our elbows up. You keep your elbows down towards the floor. One way that you know your weights are too heavy is if you're having to curl those elbows up to lift the weight. That's a signal. Weights are too heavy. So from here, guys, we're going to tricep kickbacks. So that's generally, for most of us, a light weight, maybe a medium or a schmedium. So pin those elbows back, we sit our booty back, tuck that tail in, don't pooch it. We squeeze to the top. And really, guys, at the top, I want you to pause and squeeze. Pause and squeeze. Let's call that isometric hold. Boom. We get a 45-second break here. So I'm going to take that time, readjust my weights a little bit. There we go. So, coming up, we've got shoulders. So we're going to do an overhead press. We're going to do a front lateral raise. And we're going to do YW. So you're looking at probably your medium weights and your light weights. What you're looking at there. Make sure you're grabbing water whenever you need it. So we're down now. It's going to start moving really fast. We've got 3, 2, 1s. All right, overhead press. So guys, remember, we've got our elbows just a little bit ahead of our shoulders. So we're not way open like this. We're forward just a little bit. That puts our shoulder in a safer position. That also helps engage some supporting muscles to really help support that shoulder joint. All right, we've got the front lateral raise. So shoulders back and down, just the slightest bend in those elbows. And really, we're just doing that to make sure we don't block our arms. So we're not trying to bend our elbows per se, we're just letting them relax and have just a natural little bend to them. Stop thinking about that shoulder chest height. Our chest stays forward, so don't be inclined to rotate like this. Chest stays forward, it's just our arms that are rotating. Keeping the shoulders plugged back. So when you lift to the front, make sure you're not rolling your shoulder forward. It's staying back in its home. All right, Y, W's. Up to the Y. Drop it down. Open to a W. Drop it down. Up to the Y. Drop it down. Had a my neck has been so tight lately. Up like at the base of my head. I'm doing this upper body work. I'm having to constantly tell it, like, let go, let go. I'm not gonna lie, last Saturday after our upper body class, I was in some pain, and it wasn't anything from the class. It was just, I couldn't get my neck to stop pulling. All right, 3 minutes is done. So we just have our chest and our plank left. So these are going to be in the floor. I'm doing bench press, chest fly. So for me, those are two different weights, but both kind of in that medium range. Chest fly, I do lighter than I do my bench press. If you have a bench or stability ball, this is a great place to use it. Again, I don't want to waste time trying to get onto a stability ball, so I'm not. But this is a great place to use it if you want. All right, so bench press, we're on our backs. Weights over our chest, not our throat or our head. We come down, we squeeze up. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you to support that shoulder. Push. So engage, shoulders behind us, and then squeeze through our chest to lift. Engage, squeeze. Engage, squeeze. And again, we're coming slightly out. We're at like a 45-degree angle, not a 90 out of our shoulders. All right, transition over. We're doing chest fly. I'm going to try going a little heavier. An amazing friend and client is loaning me her 12s. I gotta say, I'm pretty fired up about the magic 12s. Good job, guys. Open up those arms with the bent arms like you're wrapping around the barrel. And then hug the barrel. Let the barrel go. Close the barrel. All right. We're down to our 1 minute. We've got 1 minute plank left. So 1 minute plank, guys. Remember, my rule on the 1 minute plank is you keep trying for 1 minute. Even if you have to take breaks, even if you have to modify and come back to full, if you need to stay and modify, whatever it is, you keep efforting for 1 minute. Strong, wide fingers, hands under shoulders. Chest shines forward. I myself tend to kind of cave in. So, heart shines forward, push the floor away. Gaze is out, just slightly ahead, but still down. Drive through those heels. Belly up and in. Good job, guys. Keep pushing. Modification, drop down to your knees, just drop them straight down. Beautiful, come on up. All right, guys, so we've got 2 minutes to reset, rethink about our weights, revisit things. So a couple things I'm gonna do. I've just noticed, obviously I'm limited in space. I'm gonna move my weights a little further away from my mat to give myself the space I need. I'm gonna reorganize them in order of weight. There we go. So yes, I literally have 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, and 20 all out. The only thing I don't have out is my 25s. So that's okay. That's just, we're doing, like I said, 15 different exercises. So you got to expect you're going to be all over the board on that. I made a little mess with my plant. Sweep that back. There we go. So we have a lot of our outdoor plants indoors right now because we've had chilly nights here in Tennessee. So we are using those to decorate our beautiful set today. Our hibiscus, our mums, our zinnias, our purslane. We love the plants here at Strong Style Fit. All right, guys, we got 40 seconds. I'm going to check on the video. I'm going to meet you right back here. All right, guys, we got 15 seconds left. I'm going to rotate this just a little more so you can see the pink flowers maybe this time. All right, guys, 5 seconds. We're right back to it. Reverse fly, where we're starting. Try to up my reverse fly weight a little bit. So again, we've got that barrel, we open and we close. Open. So we're squeezing between those shoulder blades, letting it down. Squeeze, let it down. Good job, guys. We're squeezing through that back body. So this whole first set is back body. We're going to that single arm row. So when we get to that single arm row, remember, either grab an extra weight or a yoga block or a book, something to help you elevate your planted hand. Right. I'm going to be better this time about transitioning at the 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're in tabletop. Pull. Pull. So elbow comes right past those ribs, guys. Squeezing through our back. So we should feel through here. All right, dumbbell pullovers, heavy weight, lay on our backs. We've got that goblet grip. Shoulders pinned down. We drop the weight back, pull it over. back, pull it over. If you're on a bench, you can drop the weight further. Obviously the floor is your boundary if you're laying on the floor. Just make sure that your arms never go past your head. You don't drop beyond your head. Ever, ever, ever. And honestly, for some of us, that's too far. So don't make that your goal. If it's hardly uncomfortable, don't think, well, Tracy said in my head, so that's where I'm going. You don't have to go that far. That's just your boundary. All right, tabletop row, other side. You want that gaze down but slightly out. I'm really bad, especially because my neck's tight right now, about tucking in. Keep it nice and strong in alignment with that spine. Also make sure if you're up on a support that your hand's still under your shoulders. As you see, I just adjusted mine because I was a little bit too far out. All right, rear delt fly. Light weight here. And honestly, for some of us, no weight might even be appropriate, okay? So if you're doing the lightest weight you have and you're like, holy crap, I still, I'm feeling my neck, or I just can't get my arms up, drop the weight completely and just do the motion. So here we're still squeezing between our shoulder blades, but it's up higher. It's much higher towards the top of your shoulders than towards the bottom. I could tell those last 2 reps, I did one really wonky. Because even the 5 was pushing it. All right, you got 50 seconds. So we've got our hammer curl, our overhead tricep, our bicep curl, our tricep extensions. So in those overhead triceps, the 2 weights, so the 1 weight, you're holding like this. And if you're broad shoulder, this is really close in. I'm like closer in than my shoulders. With 2 weights, I can get nice and wide and keep my shoulders kind of where they're supposed to be naturally versus rolled in. So, something to think about. There's not a right or wrong. They're both great. It's just something that really comes into play more about how you're built. Or again, if you have tight chest muscles, if you come in like this, they might even cramp. But being wider helps you stay broad. All right, hammer curls. So, something to play around with. I had honestly, up until a few months ago, kind of forgotten about the 2 weight version. And when I did it again, I was like, oh man, this is so much better. I still do both, but I do enjoy the 2 weight version. Good. Elbows locked into those sides. Shoulders nice and open. Overhead triceps. So again, I'm going to do the 2 weight version. So we just got them side by side, up over our head, shoulders down, elbows are still forward. So everything's the same. Good job, guys. I know this is a lot. I know it's fast and furious. There's a lot of information being thrown at you. Just stay focused on the work. Don't get all caught up. If you've been working out with me for a long time, you know all these exercises. You know what you're doing. Trust yourself. Bicep curls, traditional style now. So we've got our grips forward, and shoulders back and down, elbows in. After this, we're going to those tricep kickbacks. Locked in. Take it at your pace. If these are, whatever weights you pick up, you're challenging yourself on the heavy end, you can slow your reps down. Now if you get to the point you need to take 2, 3, if you're needing to take 3, 4, 5 seconds between reps, then maybe you're just way too heavy and you do need to drop. But if you can slow your reps down just by a tick, that's fine. Conversely, if you're moving really fast, you probably need to up your weights. So again, guys, tricep extensions, we're curling in, and then we're kicking back, squeezing at the top. So it's not this. That is no work at all. That's called swinging. Woo! All right, that's the end of that round. So we're through our 5, we're through our 4. We've got our 3 minutes of shoulders. We've got overhead press, front lateral raise, wide W's. So again, guys, trust yourself. If you know these exercises, don't get caught up in the frenetic pace. Don't try to hear every word I'm saying. Focus on the work. Tune in, but focus on your work. You know what you're doing. It's easy, especially when I coach this class and I'm doing this class, because I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to move and get my weights. And I definitely feel like as I'm doing my own reps, I'm like, focus, Tracy. I'll just start kind of going through the motions because I'm wrapped up in the pace, thinking about what I'm going to say to you guys. And I'll notice that I'm just kind of going through the motions. I'm probably hurting stuff. I'm probably not doing stuff quite right. So, take the advice from me. Focus on your work. And if you don't necessarily need me, it's okay to tune me out. I lightened my load a little bit on this overhead press because I noticed I was really kind of struggling with front lateral raise and the wide W's. So I'm going to try lightening my load on the overhead press a little bit. Maybe use a little less energy. Whew, honestly, these 12s are still plenty. So that's something to think about too in this kind of set, is making sure that you are saving enough juice to get through the remaining exercises. But again, I always hesitate to say stuff like that because then it sounds like I'm encouraging you to go light and not try as hard so you have plenty of energy. And that's not true. But if the first exercise of a set, you are pushing weights, it literally takes everything out of that muscle and you still have 2 more exercises to go in that muscle, you might want to think about toning it down just a little bit. Y, W's. So we lift up into that Y like the YMCA, bring it back down, open into a W. Bring it back down. Y. W. Y. W. Now I'm definitely pushing a weight. It's borderline my edge. It is my edge. Maybe even a little beyond my edge if I'm being honest. So I'm slowing these reps down. All right, that's the end of 3. So we've got our bench press and our chest fly down on the floor. Quicker break on this one, so we're already at 12 seconds. All right, bench press. Weights above our chest. And again, we come down to about a 45 degree and squeeze to the top. Open, squeeze. So we open our chest, squeeze it closed. Open the chest, squeeze it closed. This is a fine time for my nose to start itching. All right, switch it off. If you're switching weights, we're going to the chest fly. So weights over our chest, and then we're going to pull those elbows out like we're wrapping around a barrel or a beach ball. And we open and close. So let the barrel go. Close around the barrel. We're thinking of opening, makes you extend your arms, then say close around the barrel expands. Close around the barrel's expanding. So that's another way to think about it. If opening makes you open your arms all the way out. I know I like to throw weird visuals at you guys, but you know, stuff like that clicks. That's the stuff I refer back to. You know, there's things I heard in group fitness classes 8 years ago that I still remember and throw into my workouts all the time. Ooh, I don't know why I got up. We've got plank. 1 minute of plank. And I always throw different things out there because sometimes something doesn't make any sense to you, but then another weird example will totally nail it. So, all right guys, wide hands, shoulders back, down, strong. Step back. Driving through those heels. Lower belly up and in. Chest shines forward. Hands pushing that mat away. remember, if you need to modify, just drop your knees straight down. And that's where we modify. Can't see the timer, so I can't tell you how long. Oh, there we go. Woo! Good job, friends. We're through 2 rounds. I feel like that round went a lot faster than the first one. I don't know about you guys. Probably because that round I had all my weights. It was a little less crazy. So we got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So now's your time to make your decision about your 3rd round. Are you good where you are? Are you pushing yourself to your maximum effort already? Or do you have more juice in the tank? Are you kind of holding back? If that's the case, and there's not a reason, if you're holding back because you're sick or you're injured, totally different. But if you're kind of at this round and you're not really feeling anything, like I feel like my shoulders are like, you know, I can feel my triceps. If you're standing here and you're like, I feel kind of like I did when I started, maybe consider upping your weight on some exercises. You know, something to think about. It is your last round, and you can always drop weights. That's the thing I try to get to people's heads. Like, you are not married to whatever weight you pick up. You've got a minute. So if you are 30 seconds in and you're like, man, this isn't doing much, grab a heavier weight. Or if you're 30 seconds in and you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore, pick up a lighter weight. You're not married to whatever you pick up. So be adventurous, you know. If you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling much, I feel pretty good, try. Just try. You'll know, and you can change, okay? So 15 seconds. We're starting with reverse fly. I'm going to check the video real quick. If it goes off before I get back, just go ahead and get started. Right, reverse fly. There's also this idea too of like manageable struggle, like I can do it but I'm challenged. I call that a manageable struggle, versus I can do it but I feel like I'm not really getting work, I'm just suffering, pulling, pushing, trying to get through it. So like I did 12s for my reverse fly in the first round, and I did it, but it was more like I can't really focus on the muscles I'm supposed to be working. I feel like I'm trying to work everything to get these 12s up. So now I'm back to 10s, and now I can really feel the backs of my shoulders. They're doing the work versus all the helpers. All right, tabletop row. Again, guys, in this one, I want you to think about these muscles down here in your back and not so much your shoulder. Lead with that elbow. Shoulder points facing the ground. Dumbbell pullovers. Again, remember, if you're on the bench, arms do not go past your head. On the floor, that's not physically possible. unless you have some kind of weird drop floor somewhere. So you should be fine. All right, tabletop row, other side. Make sure you are strong through that planted hand, guys. So don't be planted and then dropping down into that shoulder. Stay strong, push away. I know I use that push away a lot, but it's really legit. Obviously, you're not really pushing your floor away, but if you think about pushing the floor away, that keeps you active through your shoulder and not collapsing down into it. Beautiful, come on up. Rear delt fly. Remember, super light weights here. Possibly even no weights. If I had lighter, I would probably do a little bit lighter, to be honest. Especially a day like today, when we're doing so many exercises. Again, keep that gaze down and out. All right, we got a minute, guys. So we've got hammer curls. We've got overhead tricep. We've got bicep curl, tricep extensions. Catch your breath. And see, it feels much more calm now. Once you know your weight, once you know what you're doing, it's like smooth sailing. I always just stress that first round. Just be patient. Roll with the punches. Not something I do well with. So, no, I'm telling myself the same. All right, guys, we have 15 seconds. Go ahead and start kind of getting positioned. Right, hammer curl. Shoulders back and down, elbows pinned in. We curl up, we let it go. Kind of simmering down my coaching. I'm going to be a little more quiet through this round. You've heard it all now. I want you to really be able to focus in on your work. There are some tips here and there. Overhead tricep. So one weight or two weight, your choice. You may not have, that's another thing, you may not have two weights that equal what you want for your overhead tricep. So you may have to go with one to get what you want. I feel like too, with the 2-weight grip lets me keep my head a little more where I want to be. Again, I'm not so crunched up. When I do 1 weight, I feel like I need to crunch my head forward. And I really have to fight that urge. Right, bicep curls. Little tip, guys, make sure you're not locking your knees out. Guilty. I just noticed I was doing it, so that's why I said something. It's Rizzo. Rizzo's here. What are you doing, sweet girl? Hi. What are you up to? What are you up to? You being a crazy girl? She's been fired up this morning. Not visible in her first performance in the video, but hi, sweet girl. You are in proper form for tricep extensions. Good job. Remember, guys, give it that extra squeeze at the top. That's really where that work kicks in. It's an effort to extend, but that extra squeeze, boom, that gives you the money. Boom. All right, guys, 4 minutes is done. We're down to our 3, our 2, and our 1. Good, good work. We got about 30 seconds. So we're going to our overhead press, our front lateral, and our YW. I'm gonna take a quick poke around the video and I'll be right back. We're gonna check our video, Ms. Rue. Okay, we're good. Overhead press, my friends. Go ahead and grab those weights. Whew. Watch out, too. All right. Shoulders down. Got those elbows slightly forward. Make sure you're keeping those shoulders down. So when you push up, don't raise your shoulders. You're just raising your arms. Front lateral combo. That's a good girl. Thank you for hanging out with me. All right, front lateral. Let's go. Shoulder chest height. Your front raised shoulder stays pinned back into the tome. Don't let it roll forward. Laying out some this round because I want you to focus want you to coach yourself a little bit. Trust what you know. All right, YWs. I may have to go down this round. Really telling my neck, chill out, chill out. Woo! All right, guys, those are done. So we are down to just our 2 minute, our 1 minute. We are almost there. So we have our bench press, our chest fly, and our plank. And we are done. Let's come on down to the floor, to your bench. Oh, thank you for motivational kisses. Oh, so nice. I wish you could give everybody watching one too. Everybody needs a rude kiss. All right, guys, chest fly. Shimmy out just a little, make sure I've got enough space. Oh, thank you, Rizzo. Ah, thank you, that's so sweet. So same as the bench press, guys, engage those shoulders behind you and then squeeze that chest close. So engaging those shoulders helps support your chest. It also helps you extend, thanks. It helps you extend, open those chest muscles more so you can get a better contraction. So remember we talk about a big extension helps you get a bigger contraction, which that's where the magic is in that contraction. So we extend the muscle, we contract the muscle. All right, guys, that is our last weight-bearing exercise. Whew. We've got our plank, and then we are done. So, this plank might be hellacious, it might be easy peasy. So just remember, 1 minute of trying. That's all we're looking for, 1 minute of effort. Right, Rizzo? 1 minute effort. I see, girl. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, kind of gross the amount of kisses, but thank you. I think I'm officially getting got. You got this, guys. Hang in there. Hang in there. this moment to kind of push into a down dog. Stretch out those shoulders and that back. You stay wherever it feels good and stretch it out. I highly recommend, if you're not in a hurry, stay on the floor, stretch your shoulders, stretch your neck. Give yourself a much deserved break. Stop this timer here before it yells at us again. There we go. Yeah, finish. Oh man. So, guys, thank you so much. I know that's an intense one, that's a long one. Kind of have to grind it out. So many exercises, so much work, so much to figure out. But it's a really, really great way to nail every part of the upper body with one workout. But still, if you think about it, an hour at the gym isn't that much time compared to what a lot of people might spend trying to hit this exact same area. So, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've been playing along with us with Swole for September, I hope you've enjoyed the challenge, and I hope that you're seeing some improvement, some changes. No, you're not going to go from average person to Arnold by throwing in one upper body exercise per week. But if it's something you weren't doing before, then you might be seeing some changes, some strength improvements, and certain exercises. So I hope you're seeing some success. I would love to hear it if you are, so please send me a message or leave a comment and let me know if you are seeing some improvements. But I'm so glad that you've done this with me, and I look forward to doing something like that again very soon. So, guys, please remember, like, share, subscribe, follow along, whatever you can do to help get more people participating with us here at Strong Style Fit. And lastly, if you can, please consider donating. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. And I appreciate all of you for joining me and for giving when you can. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Mwah.